Welcome to Hacking Self-Storage. So today is Friday, and as promised, what I'm going to do is show you something that we found to be extreme. As I'm trying to find it right now while I talk. Yeah, it's been fantastic for us. Here it is. I found it now. So what we do is, I say extremely helpful. I'll paint a picture for you. So we always try to modify how we do things, our sales process, what works for us, what is working for other people in perhaps other industries. And we like to learn as much as we can. As you know, I'm a member of God knows how many masterminds. I've got business groups galore. I listen to sales podcasts, I listen to follow-up, you name it, marketing podcasts, I listen to them all. And so that means that we're always iterating and improving. And something that we've fallen on in the last month that has worked really, really well. We've only implemented it last weekend and it's had incredible results. And I want to share it with you guys today. So what am I talking about? Or where did it come from, first of all? I can't tell you where it came from because I don't know, I just feel a little bit uncomfortable. It comes from another self-storage facility. And when we got this email, I was like, that is good. That is really good. But we can make it better. And so I got this email. And it basically, the idea of an email, the idea of follow-up is to talk to the customer. We want to talk to the customer. We want to engage with a customer. So there's no point if somebody gives us their details, there's no point us ringing and never getting hold of them. That is a dead lead. We can't do anything with them. And so what we want to do is improve a percentage chance of us speaking to that customer. And so what do? We've got to give them something. We've got to promise them something. So on day 2, so they've got a quote. On day 2, and we already have a sales process. I haven't got the sales process in front of me now, but on day 2, so they get a quote on Tuesday. Day 2 is Wednesday. So what we do is we get in touch with them on Wednesday. Don't get me wrong, we've already tried to get in touch with them already before that. And so if we haven't spoke to them, what we do is we send them a text, we send them an email, and we send them a Bonjoro. If you don't know what Bonjoro is, look it up. It is wonderful, and it is very, very effective, and very, very few people are still doing it. It's a secret sources Bonjoro. It's a video messaging app, and it's terrific. The customers love it, and we get a higher conversion rate because of it. But that's not what I'm here to tell you about. So what we do is we want to make them a promise. And we can't get in touch with them, so they're almost rogue. If we can't get in touch with them, then the chances of us converting that customer drop every single day that we don't talk to that customer. And so what we do, we want to, it's like a fish. The way I think about it is like a fishing reel. We want to reel them back in. So how do we reel them back in? We've got to give them some bait. So what is the bait? So we send them a text, we send them an email, we send them a Bonjoro. What else? And maybe a voicemail. We do leave a voicemail. And what we do is we tell them that, well, I'll read the exact email, what we send in a minute, but we tell them that I wanted to let you know that some of our units are now available at a better rate than what we quoted you online. So straight away, there's a hook. That customer now wants to get back in touch with you. You haven't told them what the better rate is. You haven't told them any details. The object of this email is purely to get that customer to ring you. The day we did it, the very day we did it, because we implemented it over the weekend, and on Monday, we signed up somebody for 125 square foot this week because of this email, because of these messages, all the other stuff we do as well, but delivering the same message, telling the customer that if they speak to us, if you answer the phone to us, if we speak to you, we can give you a better price than you were quoted. So for example, if they've got a better quote from Armadillo, say ours is, for argument's sake, £50 a week, and Armadillo said, oh, we can better that, don't worry, we'll give it for £45. All of a sudden, that customer is not going to speak to us again because they've already got a better deal with Armadillo. And so we've lost them. So what we need to do is get them back on that fishing hook again. And so if we say to them, but we can do a better deal, all of a sudden the customer's like, is it going to be better than Armadillo? I'll tell you what, we'll ring them. We're going to find out. And then we can talk to them. And they'll tell us that they've got if they've got a better deal at Armadillo, we can match it, we can do whatever. We can work with it. We can work with it once we know that the customer is on the line. Once we're talking to the customer, we can build up rapport. So the email is, and I'll tell you exactly what we give as well as a discount. Hi, Mr. Test, because this is a test email. Thank you for your recent inquiry with Stormwell Self-Storage. I wanted to let you know that some of our units are now available at a better rate than we quoted you online. Please drop us a line on to find out more. and it tells you about the validation, how long it's valid for. Then we've also got a link to a YouTube video. And then obviously we've got the rest of the email that says, why choose store more? And then we go into the USPs that we've got. We've got it nicely presented. Well, we haven't on this email, but we're presenting it nice. Our Google is 4.9 out of 5 reviews and and then we go on, we've won the finalist of the year, all the things that we have won to give us accreditation, to make us a little bit better than everybody else. But the fundamental line of it, the most important line is that I wanted to let you know that some of our units are now available at a better rate than what we quoted you online. So we're telling the customer, hey, Mr. Customer, give us a call and we'll give you a better price. And so what we do is we give them a 10% better price. Yes, 10%, that's it. And obviously that 10%, I know that Big Yellow and Armadillo, I don't know what Safe Store is actually. I know that they've, I won't go into specifics because obviously, I don't know. I just, when I go around all the different shops, I find out exactly how much discount they're able to give. I think that Armadillo and Big Yellow are allowed to give 28% discount. That's what they're allowed to give to their staff. It could be 25 or 28, I don't know. I don't know what Safe Store is because there's no Safe Stores around me, so I don't really ever visit a Safe Store. And I can't just go into them and say, okay, hey, by the way, you don't know me, but I just want to know what is your discount you're allowed to give. And so 10% basically isn't a lot of money to get that customer in, and especially when ultimately it's an empty room. And then we can do our revenue management afterwards when they're in for 6 months, we get 12% increase, and we can do all that. And so the idea is to get them back on that lead. If we haven't got them on the lead, if we haven't got them hooked, then we're not going to talk to them. Day 2, it's incredibly important that we talk to that customer soon, because the likelihood is, and the percentage chance, it goes down every single day of us converting that customer. We also have a day 5 email as well. I don't even know if day 5's email is any different or what it is. Oh, it is, yeah. Hi, here at Stormore, our prices are regularly changing, and we would hate for you to miss out. Please find below a new lower price quote, your quote. And so we give them an exact quote for their unit. So they know, so basically if you haven't rung with our hook, if you haven't bit on day 2, then on day 5, we send them this, and then we put here, because we want to make sure that the customer knows that there's a limited time offer on this, or we can't hold the price. It's such a good price, we can't hold it. And so please note, the only way to guarantee this price is to place a free reservation within 48 hours. You can do this by calling us or do it online. Lines are open 7 days a week. And then we go into our spiel about why we're good. But what you don't want to do, you don't want to fill the email. I still think there's too much fluff in the email, to be honest. But ultimately, I might work on it, but I believe there's too much fluff in it because people don't read long emails. The idea of every single line is to keep the person reading the next line. In email marketing, the only reason for a line is to make the customer or the person, the client, read the next line. That is the only job of that line. Make sure they read the next line. And so we've got to be very, very careful. The trouble is you can go in too much detail and you never get it perfect anyway. So devil's in the detail, but also that you don't, perfection, there's no such thing as perfection. I always say 80% is good enough. The last 20% is, it takes too long to get there, and it's not worth it. Time from hours, manpower, etc., effort. So yeah, there's the 2 emails. So email number 2 tells you exactly, saying, listen, get in touch with us, we can do a better price than you've got. Email number 5 is telling them the exact quote, because we want to keep them on that hook. So we'll give them the exact quote, because why not? Why not give them the exact quote, and then they can make an informed decision from that. They don't have to ring us up. But it's worked so far for us massively, and it may well work for you as well. I know that this week, you'll see on Monday, when I say the figures on Monday and Tuesday, we've had a stupid amount of reservations at Clough Road, stupid amount, which is fantastic, and a crazy week at Beverley as well. And I don't know if Willoughby's been a good week or just an average week, but yeah, overall, it's been a fantastic week. And these emails have certainly had an impact. So hopefully you found that useful for you guys. I just want to tell you what's working for us, and that has clearly worked so far. All right, guys, don't forget, we've got to iterate, we've got to improve all the time. If you're standing still, we're going backwards. And it's only a matter of time before we find out who is the A-star players. The problem is, there's people listening to this. There's many, many of them out there. that believe that they're an A-star operator, but it's not you, it's the economy. Everybody's an A-star operator at the minute. Everybody's making money. But how good are we? Only time will tell. When the economy changes, when the market changes, when the industry changes, then we'll find out who's a good operator and who isn't. It could be me. I could be a terrible operator, but that's why we've got to make sure that we keep improving ourselves all the time. If you're not improving, then you're going backwards. It's only a matter of time before somebody overtakes you in your area. That's what I want to tell everybody is just keep improving, keep learning, keep mastering, and keep educating yourself. Me and the wife had an argument the other day. I don't know why I'm telling you this. Our argument was, she goes, in summer holidays, it's okay for you because nothing changes. But don't get me wrong, I take off shitloads of time, more than anybody I know, because I want to spend time with the kids. Like we're going on holiday today, from Friday when you guys are getting this. And yeah, so she says that it's all right for you. You go for a run, you go to gym, and so you can do that. I can't do that. I said, well, yeah, you can do that, but don't forget I'm working. Don't give me that. You're working because you're not working. You're in a gym. I said, Claire, most of my job is literally listening and learning, educating myself, whether it be a mastermind, whether it be a podcast, whether it be a book I've downloaded, whatever it is. I am learning. And so I'm just very, very lucky that I can do that. I can go to the gym and listen and learn and still work and take notes and I can do all that. And I said, that's what gives us our lifestyle, is that the one thing that I do differently more than anybody else is I learn more than anybody else. And by the way, please don't think I'm great or anything like that. I just mean to the everyday guy. The one big difference is that I learn, I educate myself. I want to make sure that nobody knows any marketing techniques that we don't know, because it's in 4, 5, 10 years time, we're all going to have to up our game. We're all going to have to be good at this. If we're not, we're all going to lose out on market share, where it's not going to be as profitable. And so listening to this podcast, I genuinely think this podcast is giving you a leg up, because most people in self-storage don't listen to this podcast. And if you can educate yourself and listen to this podcast, listen to more marketing, sales, whatever, read a book about sales, persuasion. I love persuasion. We're all in the persuasion game. I'm persuading my kids to go to bed. I'm persuading my wife to have sex with me. I know what I said. And I'm not even drunk. But we're all persuading all the time. Every single person out there is persuading somebody else. So the art of persuasion is so, so critically important. I've been trying to teach my 8-year-old and my 6-year-old. I said that, listen, you're asking me to do something for you, but what am I getting in return? You've got to think about it logically. Okay, so you're asking for something. So you want a chocolate bar or whatever it is you're asking for. You've got to position it differently, because you can't position it about what you want. You've got to deliver it in a way where I'm getting something as well. And so my kids are, when they ask for something, I say, okay, persuade me. Tell me something. How is it going to work for me? Give me a benefit for me. And so they come up with stupid things, but it starts making their mind work. It starts making them think like that as well. Well, if I have this chocolate bar, Dad, then I know I'll be burnt out by 8 o'clock. And so I'll be asleep really quickly. Or if I have a chocolate bar, Dad, I'll be quiet for 10 minutes so you can listen to a podcast. I'm like, oh my God, that sounds really bad. Do I listen to podcasts all the time? And so, yeah, I just love it. So persuasion, sales, marketing, we're all in that business. We're all persuading, we're all selling, and we're all marketing ourselves, every single one of us. That's why it's so important. Anyway, as you can tell, I love this geeky shit. I geek out on it. Right, guys, I'm going to have to go because my son has just rang me to let me know he's in bed. We've been to football training tonight and just got back. And while he was having his, what was he having? Cereals or something, Claire was bathing him as well. So I said, give us a ring when you're ready and I'll come in and give you a kiss goodnight. So guys, girls, I love you. I appreciate you. And yeah, I'll see you soon. Bye.